So here's a glimpse of how medical PTSD has literally rewired my brain after almost losing my husband in a near-death experience. So when we travel, I always look up the nearest trauma center, not just a hospital, but a level 1 or level 2 trauma center. Because I honestly don't believe my husband would have survived had we not been in a level 1 trauma center. So quick explainer on this. You don't really know this unless you know it or think about it, but trauma centers are ranked level 1 through 5, with level 1 being super comprehensive care, 24/7, surgeons on call, everybody is there. They also do some sort of research usually at the hospital. And level 2 is close but not as comprehensive, but probably still has like 24/7 surgeons and most care that you would get at a level 1. 3 to 5 tend to handle smaller things, smaller emergencies, and a lot of times, like my husband, if he had been into 3 to 5, they would have airlifted him to a 1. So for example, we were just in the Upper Peninsula for a month, and specifically near Houghton, Michigan. So the closest level 2 hospital is actually in Marquette, which is like a 90-minute drive away. But if you needed a level 1, you're going to Milwaukee, or you're going to Minneapolis or Madison, Wisconsin. And specifically, pediatric levels are different than, I guess, the regular trauma levels. So if you're looking for a pediatric one, again, you're going to probably Minneapolis or Milwaukee. And those are a drive, but they're also a life flight. So that's what I also do, is check life flight options in each area. So for example, in Houghton, there is a national company called Guardian that I guess contracts these life flights. And there is a life flight in Hancock, Michigan. Now these flights are expensive. Insurance will pay what they think is a reasonable amount, but like your life flight company might be different than somebody else's. Who knows? So they can get expensive, and I have no clue what they cost. But honestly, if you're in an emergency situation, are you going to check the cost? Probably not. Now, I did find interesting, if you lived in a rural area, a lot of these life flight companies have a membership, and it's cheap. It's like $100 a year for your family to help cover those costs that insurance don't pay. So obviously, if I lived in a rural area, I'd be getting that service. Because that helicopter or plane ride, it means survival. And to find your local trauma center, you just go to traumacenters.org. They have a map. You can type in where you are. You can search a trauma center. You can type in your location. You can filter it by the type of trauma center and find the one that's closest to you. But they have a pretty expansive map with all of the areas. And if you click on it, it'll tell you a little bit about each hospital. So yeah, that's one way my medical trauma is showing itself in real life. And yeah, I'm planning for the worst, and that seems kind of weird to some people, but it actually makes me feel like I have a sense of control just in case something were to happen, and hopefully it never does. But I feel like I'm keeping my family safe, and then that actually like calms me a little bit in some crazy way. So yeah, medical PTSD, yay.